Dort for the win. It's good! Olszewski takes flight as SGA plays through the contact, banks it in on the foul.
What is up, and welcome to the Uncontested Podcast post-game edition, coming to you live Friday, not Saturday. It feels like a Saturday, but Friday, February 25th, as the Thunder have just defeated the Indiana Pacers. Final score of 129-125 in overtime. I'm your host for the evening, Jacob Niffen. We are proudly a part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network and the official podcast of SI Thunder. What's up to everybody in the stream? Thank you guys for joining. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, I really appreciate you downloading the show, man. I hope you enjoy it. Once again, the Thunder go up to Indiana and beat the Pacers 129-125 in a wild overtime game. I'm not sure if this is the highest scoring Thunder game of the season. Kind of feels like it. Just a crazy, crazy game. We found out pregame that Josh Giddey would not be playing tonight due to, I think, hip soreness is what they officially diagnosed it as. So he was in Indiana, but decided not to play tonight. Left the Thunder with a starting lineup of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tre Mann, Aaron Wiggins, Darius Bazley, and Isaiah Roby. No Derek Favors tonight. Thunder still missing Mike Muscala, still missing Lou Dort, Kenrich Williams, Ty Jerome, which led to the bench unit being basically the OKC Blue. And surprisingly, they played really well. So let's dive into this one. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. We did a post-game podcast last night after the Thunder game. We're doing one tonight, and then we will do one, not a post-game, but we'll do our full podcast Sunday night. So 3 pods in 4 days. So I don't want to overload your guys' stream and give you too much Thunder content to handle. I don't know if that's possible. But let's dive into this one. Thunder at the end of the first quarter are down 36-29. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Tre Mann really carried the load in the first quarter, doing a little bit of everything, especially scoring. I think at one point, Shai and Tre, which is an awesome tag team name, Shai and Tre had 18 of the Thunder's 20 points, first 20 points. They were just a scoring machine between the two of them. Even though the Thunder started down 10-0, they go on a 17-7 run to get it to tied at 17, end up being down 36-29 after the first quarter. And then the Thunder's bench unit comes in that second quarter and just kind of blitzes the Indiana Pacers. Second quarter score of 40-25. Third quarter comes around. OKC loses that quarter 23-32. Fourth quarter is dead even, pretty much 31-30. And ends in absolutely wild fashion. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander misses 2 late-game free throws. Indiana is down 3. They run a great out-of-bounds play. Buddy Hield takes an incredibly deep 3, hits front rim. I thought that thing was going to fall in. It does not. Somehow Indiana gets the offensive rebound. A kick out to Lance Stevenson with about a second and a half left. He pulls up from the 3-point corner right in front of the OKC bench. Splash, tie game. Shai gets a shot at the buzzer. A good look. Gave Tyrese Halliburton a little head fake. Watched him fly by. Shot a 3, but just put way too much on it. Overshot the backboard. Overshot the rim. And we go to overtime, which lasted a total of about 15 seconds. It felt like it was an incredibly, incredibly fast overtime. No whistles until a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and one kind of at the very end. I think there was like a minute 20 left whenever he got that and one. Thunder end up outscoring the Indiana Pacers 6-2 in that overtime frame, and it leads to the Thunder win. It's always fun to watch the team win. Shai and Trey balled out tonight, but maybe a more important factor in this game was that since Oklahoma City won, they are now at 19-41. The Indiana Pacers are at 20-41. OKC just a half game up on Indiana, tied in the loss column for the tank standings. That's not a good sign. The Thunder need to stay at fourth. Adding insult to injury, the Houston Rockets tonight lost to the Orlando Magic. So now OKC is 3.5 games away from Houston, 4.5 games away from Detroit, and 5.5 away from the number one top odds for the lottery, Orlando. Orlando and Detroit both have 14 wins. Houston has 15. The Thunder have 19. Any slight hope that the Thunder was holding on to climb the tank standings, slowly slipping away, and now it really becomes a desperation in these final 22 games to keep the fourth best odds, because you do not want to slip from fourth, which gives you a 48% chance at a top four pick, to fifth, which gives you a 42% chance. You need every percentage point you can get. The Thunder do not want to lose 6 percentage points at a top four pick, especially in this draft. You've got to stay up there at the top. So let's look at some individual players for tonight. We have quite a few guys who played really, really well. We can't bury the lead. We got to start at the very beginning, and that is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. After all of the controversy following the Suns game where Shai said it was not his plan A to play off ball, I think a lot of those comments were taken out of context and made into be something much, much larger than they were supposed to be. I thought Shai and Trey played very well off of each other tonight. I loved what they did tonight. Shai ends the game with 36 points. He did have 7 turnovers, which is another eyesore. That's 13 turnovers in the past 2 games. Not good. He's got to get those under control. But 36 points on 13 of 24 shooting. Shoots 54% from the field. Only 1 of 5 from 3. That puts him at 2 of 10 from 3 over the past 2 games. 20%. You don't like that very much. 9 of 12 from the free throw line, which isn't bad, except he missed 2 right there at the very end. That would have closed out the game. 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Maybe the most impressive stats for me tonight, 3 steals and 2 blocks. He was very active, poking the ball away, trying to protect the rim, getting up and challenging shots. Shai continues to prove that he is an elite scorer, especially going to the basket. He just diced up Indiana, going to the hoop over and over and over and over again. Very, very impressive stuff. So you really got to love what you saw from Shai tonight. Sorry, I was checking. We got a little message on the stream here, so I was just making sure everything was good. Next in line, we have my man, the Sauce King, Tre Mann. Tre getting the start tonight in the absence of fellow rookie Josh Giddey, and Tre started this game off. I can't even think of an analogy how hot he started this game off as. I mean, it was. I'm drawing a blank here. Like, he was just insane. 3 of 3 from 3 in the first quarter, including 1 really deep bomb and 1 step back, just really in his bag the entire night. I thought he made really well. I mentioned tonight on Twitter, we talk a lot about Tre's step backs, his ability to create space, his hezzy moves. 2 spots tonight that I thought really shined for Tre, though. Number 1 was his passing. He just makes some really, really good passes. And number 2 is his floater game. He has become really, really good at penetrating the paint, getting like a step or 2 below the free throw line, not getting all the way to the basket where he can get blocked, getting a step or 2 below the free throw line and going off that 1 foot and just floating that ball high up in the air and watching it splash through. Tre ends up 8 of 17 from the field tonight for 22 points, 22 points on 17 shots. Pretty efficient. 3 of 6 from 3. You love to see that. His 3-point percentage just continues to climb. He was 3 of 4 from the free throw line, had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. I know Mark Daignault had to be proud tonight. Trey not only showed out on the offensive end tonight and ate his Skittles. In the first half, he tried to draw a charge, stepped in front of a ball, in front of an Indiana player who was driving the ball. The guy passed it, ran into Trey. Trey hits the deck. Didn't get the foul call, but tried to draw a charge. In the second half, there was a Indiana shot that came off the rim, and Isaiah Jackson, the starting center tonight for the Indiana Pacers, got the rebound, brought it low, and Shea just like latched on that thing like a dog on a slice of raw meat and try to rip the ball away from him. Ended up getting a foul called on him. But, Mark Daignault loves those types of plays where Trey's being aggressive and physical defensively. Trey got matched up on Buddy Hield for most of the night. I thought he did a good job trying to contest shots. I thought he also guarded Tyrese Halliburton pretty well at stretches of this game as well. He ends up with the second most minutes on the team. Great night, great showing from Trey Mann tonight. Other starters, Darius Bazley, 6 of 16. Not crazy efficient, 1 of 4 from 3, had 14 points on 16 shots, but 10 rebounds is nice. The 3 steals is also nice from Baze. I felt like, sorry, doing a lot of talking. Got to drink some of this water, man. Stay hydrated. I felt like Bazley kind of forced a little bit tonight, like he hasn't recently, but in his worst days, he would force a lot. I felt like he forced quite a bit tonight and kind of just stumbled his way into some like layups and stuff. And I think he tried to do like 10% too much tonight. And if he tones it back just a little bit, I think he felt that way because of everybody who's out. He felt like he was probably like the third option and needed to do a lot. Hopefully, when injured players start to come back, he can tone it back a little bit. I felt like he was just a tad outside his comfort zone. But defensively, I thought he was fine tonight. Aaron Wiggins, 8 points, 4 of 6 from the field, 4 rebounds. Nothing really, really crazy there. This bench unit, though, guys, I've got to talk about this bench unit. There were 5 total guys who played off the bench. Lowest minute total was Teo Maladone, who actually had a pretty efficient scoring night tonight. Teo just sometimes has these nights where he just scores the ball really well. Tonight it was 14 points on 10 shots, 3 of 5 from 3. That also means he went 2 of 5 from inside the arc, which isn't great. 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, but shot the 3 ball really well. One that I think is really interesting. I'm going to talk about him because I thought he played really, really well tonight. Looking at the box score now, the second lowest minutes total on the team, I thought he deserved a chance to close the game out tonight. Aleksej Pokusevski, 13 points, 6 of 9 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. He had a rebound. He had 2 assists. He did have 2 turnovers. I thought he was very efficient with his shots, with his looks. I thought he played great. I thought he moved the ball really well. I thought he tried hard on defense. And whenever Coach Daignault subbed the starters back in with 5 minutes left in the game, I thought Aleksej Pokusevski deserved to be in there over like maybe an Aaron Wiggins or an Isaiah Roby. Let Darius Bazley play center on Isaiah Jackson and let Aleksej Pokusevski close the game out. I'm kind of surprised he didn't, and I haven't got a chance to look at post-game quotes yet, but I want to know if Daignault has said anything about Poku, because I thought Poku deserved more time tonight. I thought he played really well. Olivier Sarr, newly minted Thunder two-way player, got a 10-day with the Thunder earlier in the season due to COVID protocols, the Thunder being down so many guys. Olivier Sarr, big man out of Kentucky. I was interested tonight, so I looked him up. The name Olivier, I assumed, was French, but ethnically, Olivier Sarr is from Senegal. So from Senegal via France, Olivier Sarr, 21 minutes tonight, 50% from the floor, had 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 5 personal fouls. He finished I don't know if it was a lob or a pass from Trey, but just a big man that's out there. He had a really nice pass from Shea that he just like missed the dunk on, which was kind of upsetting, but just adds a lot of length. I think he runs the floor really well. Not a lot about him tonight. Vit Krejci got 18 minutes, took 1 shot and missed it. And then Lindy Waters, Two-way guy from Oklahoma State, actually from literally like a mile away from my house. Norman North grad Lindy Waters played on that same team as Trae Young did. Logged 23 minutes tonight. That's the most off the bench. Had 8 points on 8 shots, 2 of 7 from 3. Lindy was maybe part of my favorite play tonight, which included he and Poku kind of running opposite sides of the corner or opposite sides of the court 2-man game where they passed back and forth, and it ended up with a Lindy wide open 3 with like 4 seconds left in the shot clock, and he splashed it through. It was actually a really fun possession. But again, the big story from tonight, the thing I think we all need to take away from this one is I did realize I didn't mention Isaiah Roby, who had 10 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists, and was very effective tonight. So shout out to Isaiah, except the team played horrible defense. So the big story tonight, though, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Tre Mann really just coexisting off of each other. I thought they played off of each other really nice tonight. I mentioned this on Twitter earlier today. I noticed it again in this game, and I really hope that the team is watching film and talking about this. Shai is elite at getting into the paint and causing havoc for the other team and getting points at the rim. He did it tonight. Did it last night against Phoenix. He's done it all season. He did it all last season. But when you watch the games and you look at those field goal attempts, Shai is getting points at the basket very easy. Whenever he is off the ball, there's an action somewhere else. Shai moves a little bit on the perimeter, catches a pass, and attacks off the catch. Like he immediately catches it and attacks. And this is really simple, but I think sometimes we don't like fully think about it. Whenever Shai is isoing and he has the ball in his hands, his defender is solely focused on Shai because that's his man and that's where the ball is at. So his attention only needs to be on Shai. And the other defenders on the court are also turning their attention to Shai because they know he's the biggest threat on the court. But when Shai plays off ball, the guy defending Shai has to be paying attention to the ball, which is somewhere else on the court, and Shai, the guy he's guarding. And so his attention is kind of shifted. It's divided up a little bit, and he has to play a little bit off of Shai to like shade towards the ball. And so whenever a pass gets to SGA in that situation, he can catch it. And while his man is now focusing back on Shai, SGA can go like quickly and attack the basket. And he gets really easy looks when that happens. And I would like to see them continue to work at getting more and more of those types of plays for SGA, because I think that makes the game a lot easier for him. It gets him easier buckets and it gets him to the rim easier. And that's exactly what this team wants. I think that's exactly how this team should be playing. And so you really like to see that. And I hope that continues. And I really like watching Shai and Tre Mann play together. I feel like those two have a good chemistry, a really good inside out type of game. I've mentioned this in the past. This is way too early to even be thinking about this, but like, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tre Mann starting on this team in a couple of years. Obviously that depends on like the future of Lou Dort and like the draft and a whole bunch of other things. But Tre, like his defense isn't bad. It's not great defense, but it's like average. And just the spacing he provides and the shot creation he provides, I think could be very valuable next to Shai and next to Josh. And I look forward to seeing those three guys being able to play together. With that said, let's scroll through the comments real here, see if we have anything to chat about. Picklefish says Trey 1K. You got to love Trey 1K. His we need a new single this summer. Joseph Dieterman says the Bays phase is back to the old ways. Dropping bars over here. Joseph Dieterman. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Like I said, I feel like Bays tried to do 10 to 15% too much tonight. Picklefish also says Roby's double-double was nice. And Shai Among Us Alexander, based off his outfit from the walk up on the Phoenix game, which gotta love that. I think that's all I got for you guys tonight. Like I said, we did a podcast last night. We're doing a podcast in 2 days from now. Lots of content coming your way. So we're going to keep this one kind of short for your Saturday. Thank you guys for tuning in, though. Really appreciate it. Make sure, if you have not already, sub to the YouTube channel, The Uncontested, so you can catch us live after all of these post games and on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Also, make sure you subscribe to wherever you get your podcast from. Drop that 5-star rating. If you screenshot that 5-star and you DM it to us on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or wherever, I will mail you some uncontested stickers. Some went out earlier this week, so hopefully you guys will be getting yours soon. I don't care if you even live in Australia or Europe or the Middle East or Africa or wherever. I'll mail you stickers. So just take that screenshot, DM it to us, and make sure to add your address, and I will get those out. You guys have a great weekend. Join us Sunday night at 9 p.m. We'll be live then. Until then, and as always, thunder up.